What it do, peeps? Next up on Watch the Damn Tape, we're going to get into Bill Belichick and what kind of impact I think he'll have at the University of North Carolina. Bill Belichick, six-time winning Super Bowl coach of the New England Patriots, two-time Super Bowl winner as an assistant coach under Bill Parcells with the New York Giants. We all know he's taking that job in North Carolina. We all know he's 72 years old. But we know one thing, he can coach football. So in this era of football, whether you like it or not, college football is now going professional. And the one thing that Bill Belichick has going for himself, he's been at the professional level forever. He's went through the transition from no salary cap to salary cap, manipulating the salary cap, and he's a proven winner. And those kids that go to college, they all want to go pro. Make no mistake. Yeah, you might have somebody that he knows he's just on the football team and he's not that talented. He wants to go pro too. And who better to have than a coach that's done it at the highest level? And he's done it in a time frame in which most of the kids that are going to school now have seen it. They've seen the Patriots. They've seen Tom Brady. They see Belichick on the Manning cast on Monday Night Football. They know who this guy is. Their parents can tell them who this guy is. Those Super Bowl rings on his fingers when he walks into that young man's house are going to tell him where he's been. Those rings alone will do the talking when Bill Belichick walks into a young man's living room and he's talking to his mom, trying to get his mom to let him go to the University of North Carolina. Trust and believe. Those rings talk like Thanos. Snap, and things happen. He's bringing in Michael Lombardi, who has general manager experience at the NFL level. So they're going to make North Carolina be a business model for how things are going to be in the future. And I know a lot of coaches, that it's hard for them to adapt to the portal. They hated that. They really hate NIL because NIL kind of levels the playing field for a lot of teams. So you have to actually coach now. You actually have to get out and grind. And you actually have to convince kids, hey man, well, what's so great about coming to your school? Because a kid now can get paid wherever and however. It's no more ball and chain on a kid and you got him by a stranglehold. He can't transfer. He's got to sit out a year, 2 years. He can bounce, and while he's there, he can make money. And that, to most of these kids, that is fantastic. So it's got to be another selling point, and that's why these coaches really hated Dion. But I'm going to get into that later. But right now, Bill Belichick, ACC, they're worried. And give them some time. A couple of recruiting classes. He is going to have by far the best coaching staff in the ACC, if not the whole country. People are going to line up to work for him because those people know he's probably got one goal. Come there, change the culture, dominate, win a national championship, and go out as the most celebrated coach in the history of the game. And they know if I'm on the staff, it'll be like Josh McDaniel. Josh McDaniel had the job waiting for him, hand and foot. All he had to do was wait his time, and he'd have been the coach of the Patriots. That's what the next coach of North Carolina is going to do. He's going to be on the staff, and he's going to take over when Bill rides off into the sunset. That's what's going to happen. But they are going to cause a ruckus in college football. Maybe not next year. 2025 going into 2026, when he's there, full season of recruiting, can get his players in, and now he can do it quick. He can do it like Dion. He can go and say, you know what? Let me go in this portal and I can specifically grab the type of guys I want for my defense. He knows how to stop every offense. It's one thing about Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is one of the last all-around great coaches. We don't have all-around great coaches anymore. Now coaches are specialists. He's either an offensive guy or a defensive guy. And when they get their own head coaching job, they tend to only be able to focus on one side of the ball. One side is lacking, and that's the side they don't really know. They're not well-rounded. Of course, he was a defensive coordinator when he was under Bill Parcells, and then he got his first job in Cleveland, and that didn't go so well. And then you know what happened after that. So he has been around the game so long. He knows offense. He knows how to attack a defense. He knows defense. He knows how to take things away from an offense. And that is going to be a huge selling point to these young men, especially if you're on the defensive side of the ball. You're going to really want to be in NC. You're going to really want to play for them, because the guy that you're getting pro level coaching. And to be honest, pro level coaching brings up the whole sport. It really does bring up the whole sport, because that's what's kind of lacking at the pro level. These dudes come out of college so fast. They're not prepared. The quarterback struggle. It's not like it used to be. You could sit a quarterback for a couple years and then he take over the reins, and he more than likely would produce and have a decent career. Now the quarterback play struggles, and it's dropped off since, you can see, as coaches, as quarterbacks left the game, like Favre, Manning, Brady. Every year you could see a drop off. You're like, ooh, I don't see none of the stuff that I used to see. Even a couple of weeks ago, when Cincinnati played the Cowboys, you don't see quarterbacks in this modern era of football like Joe Burrow throw on rhythm. And Troy Aikman brought that up several times in that game. That's all coaching. These guys, they don't really coach at the college level. He got time. They might not have time to coach. He got plenty of time to coach. And he's got plenty of time to get the guys in that he wants to run his system and to run the offense the way he wants to run it. He's going to have plenty of opportunities. And there's going to be a plethora of men coming down there to work with him. Trust and believe. Wait till January. Wait till bowl season's out the way and he can go and assemble his staff. We'll be doing another video, and I'll be talking about that in depth. But the landscape is changing, and I don't see Bill Belichick having trouble at the college level. If I see one thing that I guarantee you I'll see a bunch of nervous ass coaches on the other sideline, not wanting to get embarrassed by the chess master. That's what you'll see on Saturdays. Because trust me, he knows that NFL playbook better than most coaches. The college game playbook is child's play. And with the clock stopping after first down, this guy will manipulate the system and find the nooks and crannies and will exploit things like nobody's business. It's going to be fun to watch North Carolina football next year. I cannot wait. I wish we could speed up the clock and get right to it. But it's going to be interesting to see how he does in the portal this go round and in the spring. And I look forward to hearing about those practices and watching those practices from spring ball, because he can practice a whole lot more in college than he could at the pro level. And they can put on pads. So we know North Carolina's going to be technically sound in all the building blocks of football. North Carolina's going to be top notch. But that's just my thoughts on Bill Belichick. I think he's going to do phenomenal. I wish him nothing but the best. I mean, it's hard for me to hate a coach that coaches. I respect the hell out of coaching. I respect the hell out of it. I got friends that are coaches. I've coached kids. So I respect the hell out of coaching. And I respect Bill Belichick and what he's going to do and what he's going to bring to the North Carolina program. Those are my thoughts. I want to hear what you guys think. New subscribers, thank you for jumping on board. Old subscribers, thank you for continuing to rock with your boy. Until next time, peace.